Right, everybody, we're back. I've been doing a bit of sowing of the two types of giant red and green cabbage. So we've got the original Cornish giant, and we've got the reselected, which I've just done. You can purchase them from Giant Veg. It's called www.giantvegseeds.co.uk or .com. Alright, and then we've got a couple of world record red cabbage from Neelands, who's still the current world record holder of it. Right, so let's get on and sow a few. Once we've done these, I'll show you a look around the greenhouse and how things are progressing. At the moment, still busy washing pots. I must stress this importantly, that you must wash your pots and have sterilised pots. Yes, like I said, you can get away with it and not have any problems, but it's always knowing that the fact that if you've washed up, if you washed and sterilised your pots and trays, that that's one very doubtful thing if anything goes wrong. Anyway, we're using a fairly big pot, a wideish pot, it is a deep, just so we can give the seeds some space. See, I chucked them in a 3-inch pot last year and they did get a bit overcrowded, once they start growing, so this time we give them a bit of space. So now you want to grow these as slow as you possibly can. As slow as you possibly can. And let them just tick over. Don't worry about the light in your greenhouse. I don't get much sun at all until after Christmas, about February time, when the sun starts to pick up. And it's a good thing because it holds your leeks and onions back as well. There's a thing now where you don't want leeks too big because they tend to split on you easy, and if you look in the past, that leeks will set away until November, late November, December, sometimes even January. So you got to think, just keep your leeks nice, slow and steady. Alright, that's the original Cornish giant cabbage done. Put them in my dish of water for it to soak up. Now that pack it away. The compost I'm using is a riddled Vitex Professional potting. We've added sharp sand and fine vermiculite. Fill your pot up, press it down. Alright. I hope everybody enjoyed the last video, and hopefully it'll be another good one for you. Right. These out. Marvellous how they stick to the packy. I'll get them out in a sec. Now I'll give your seeds some space. So if you pot them straight up, like if you're a bit busy, just it gives them a bit of time. It does. Right. Alright, there we go. Come on, you little buggers. And that's all of them. Alright, labels all set and ready. 11th of the 12th, that's what I'm setting them away on. So, firm it down so your seeds are in contact with the compost. Pop your label in. Put it in your water tray. Put the seed sowing bag compost away. I put it in the heated greenhouse, so heated part of the greenhouse I should say. Alright. Keep it ticking over and warm. We am on potting the 250 gram onions. And I had some tough ball onion seed from Foster's seeds, and I've had excellent germination. You call grumble with that. That's out of a packet. And there's another one up here. Look at that. Perfect germination. Couldn't ask for better. Sowed on the top shelf. Up there. That's where they've been sitting. This is a bit of a heat spot in the greenhouse. So that's where they've been sitting up there in a tray with a propagator lid on the top. And I've come away well. Few fuchsia cuttings. Hopefully we're going to take this time. But yeah. Well, anyway, I'll show you the leeks. Let's there we go. Right. These are the blanch leeks. It's a lamb berries I had off Billy Rumley. Looking really nice. Ticking over nicely. They're just about the right size. Hang on a second, I'm just alternating. Right, there we go. That's a blanch leek for this time of year. Just about the perfect size, I think. Root just coming out the bottom. From this size pot, this 3-inch will be going into a 5-inch. And yes, nice and clean at the moment. As you can see, try and get the camera to focus. That's a lamb berries trying this year. Thank you, Billy Rumley, for letting us have some plants. Oh, and Colin McKenzie, had a few off Colin as well. A few off Colin McKenzie. Beautiful. Right, we're also trying Alan Davison's new leek, as you can see. Just about the same size, nice and small. And this one's called the Bradley Improved Blanch Leek. It's a new one on me, but Alan tends to got his own leeks that he uses. and has one or two to breed from. That's a beautiful Blanche Lake. Just about the size you want for this time of year. Then we have got a few Yorkshire Giants, some really big and some small size ones. Beautiful. But the money really for heavyweight. But if you want a giant for this time of year, you want a small plant, I'd say about that big. You could get some Yorkshire Giants about that big, or even set them away that big. You won't be fair off. Because if you watch John Salisbury's video, he didn't have them until January off Keith Foster. And he broke the world record at the time in that year. Temperature has been 53. I'll reset that. It's been the lowest it's been down in here on really cold days is on really cold days it's been down to 45. I'm still happy with that. Right, and now we've got the Geordie Art. That's ticking over very nicely. Thanks to Arthur and Derek Richardson. These are Arthur Richardson. It's a new one I'm trying this year. As you can see, lovely and clean, lovely dark foliage, and just a lovely colour at the moment. Beautiful. Cracking plant to look at in the greenhouse. Just about the right size, hopefully. Beautiful. Then we've also got the Cumbrian. This is Cumbrian Potlake. You know, it does struggle with virus. As you can see, we've got lots in. Some plants are worse than others, but I don't think I can get it to focus. There you go. Some plants are worse than others, but it does take a bit of a hammer if you don't grow it without grow lights. But it does tick over and it does lessen the virus as we get more sun. Here's another one. That one's got it more worse than others. As you can see, that is not thrip damage. That is purely the virus in the Cumbrian. That's why John Salisbury had it cleaned up without the virus. But as you can see, everything's ticking along nicely. I will show you the heavy onions at home. They'll be due to come over in the next week or so. They're looking really good. Blanche leeks on this side, nice and small, as you can see. Beautiful. Let's crouch down. We got a little 1.5 kilowatt Pro heater. Had that a few years now. And then we got the Geordie R and the Cumbrian. We'll be potting a few Yorkshire Blues up out the tray, which again I had off Billy Rumley, just to give me a bit of a choice. But I am really liking the look of this Geordie R Lake. Alright. I should take you up the allotment now. Shallots. They're firing up. But they will slow down as soon as it gets a lot colder. So everything's ticking along nicely. We dug the shallot bed over. We added the bone meal and some good compost on the top, and we let the weather take it in come to planting time. We have built, excuse the mess, as you can see at the allotment, we're still in progress of doing stuff. And we've built another raised bed here out of tins, and that'll be have the spare shallots. Then later on the year probably have beetroot and things in there. We've got the pot lake trenches dug. Got the Blanche Lake trenches dug. And now we're on to doing the onion bed. As you can see, it's a work in progress. We took a section out at that end, but it's all here. Digging it all forward. It's looking well now. The manure, not much left there, and it's looking quite well. It's the manure from the bottom, as you can see, we're digging, bringing it to the top, mixing it well in. And then we will add some bit of a layer of compost on the top. Hopefully we get some better onions this year and none of this stem filling. But still a bit to do, but we're getting there. This tunnel's been cleaned out of all debris, but it still needs doing. A few celery, hopefully I might get to see. Just chucked it out in a few pots. All these are yet to be dug. All the tunnels this year got to be clean of the algae because it's absolutely terrible. But I'll show you. We made a rail, beam rail, the wire and post stay work. So as you can see, knocked up a beam rail, put a little board round, and we've dug it over and added some bone meal and compost and let the weather take that down. Right, as you can see, we have built a new tunnel. Right, this is 13 foot wide by 18 foot long. We've built the raised bed in the middle. Yes, I can see it goes down at the one side, but I ain't too fussed. It'll still do the job. For those who ask me, this is water pipe, or you can use yellow gas pipe. Now it's 63mm, this pipe, and a scaffolding pole average is about 50mm. But you do need, when you do buy a roll, or however you get it, it's hard for me to say how to measure it, because it takes two of you, possibly three of you, to hold the roll up, and it is very hard and very heavy. You won't believe how heavy it is to do it yourself. And it don't matter how young you are or how old you are, it's still really hard, and it still requires two of you. Now, on the one side, it's easy to slot the pole, the pipe onto the tube. It's dead easy, it slots down sweet. And then when it comes to this side, because it has flex tension, you have to drill, if you drill a couple of holes, and then put a thin metal bar through, and slowly tap it with a heavy hammer, it will knock down to what you want. And then obviously there's one hole. Then obviously if you hit the scaffolding pole, because you need to lower it, you make another hole a bit higher, and you keep knocking it down until you get the required height. Now, to get a level, it's not very easy. As you can see, that is level now. At first we had a big major problem with it running up. We just thought it was the ground. It is the ground, but it was also the pipes. And so we did lower it. So for me to say, and I am the best person on DIY, so I can't really say, oh, this pipe measured that, because if you look, all the pipes at different length. The best way I said I done it was put the one piece on first, uncoil it, and then roughly guess what you want, but always make it a bit too long, and then cut it off, and then slot it over. Then you got to level them up after. But to hold it in, it's solid anyway, but to make sure, I put 2 self-tapping rivets. Now with these, you do not need to drill an hole. You just go straight in, and it's clamped straight to the scaffolding pole. This framework is now solid and will not move. This will last longer than me. But the only thing is that the wood will go rotten over time, but there's nothing I can do about that. but I have left a good bit of gap, as you can see, 2 or 3 inches. And yeah, we've put the framework round, which screwed straight in. We used the self-tapping screws straight through the wood, straight into the scaffolding pole, and it holds as sweet as anything. Then let's just go inside. To hold the pipe on extra, I'm sorry about this, it's not very good filming, but it's the best I'm trying to explain to help any of you. We've used these saddle clamps. Now, I got these from eBay, and now these, you can't get no more than 60mm, but you don't want any more. You don't want a 63mm fit, you want a 60mm. That's a nice tight fit, and that fits in, and then it goes straight onto your board to hold your board. And then what we've done to make it stronger, we've put another piece of timber in between to try and make it as solid as possible. We've done that all the way around. Right, that's our window at the back. That's going to be netting. That's going to be netting there, there, and that'll be polythene, polythene, polythene. Netting all the way around. We use scaffolding netting, don't matter what colour, whatever colour you fancy. We'll probably be using red or something, whatever we got to hand. And then we'll put a fine, cheap insect mesh. If you want to buy either mesh, then by all means do. But I've used this fine, cheap one. It does rip easily, as you can see, but it does do the job, and it would be easy to replace because it's a cheap effect. Behind here we've got scaffolding netting. He's just trying to keep the bugs down as less as possible. We've made our door frame, as you can see. Also knocked 2 scaffolding in to hold the frame, and screwed into the scaffolding straight into the timber post. Now, because this flexed in a bit because of the pipe, we pushed it to what we wanted, and then we screwed in, knocked a pole in, and then this is solid and will not move. We've done the same at the back. But as a door, we could have an opening door for the simple reason I'd have to make a really small door. Even I was going to cut all this away down here, but I thought, well, even if a door, next door neighbours brickwork, because we've only got a 2-foot path on here on most of the plots, so it would hit it. So what we've gone to a sliding door, which I'll show you on the other tunnel. As you can see, we've got a sliding door up here. You buy it as a kit, and the door just slides. And that's what we'll be having on that tunnel. But if you am going to put a lock on it like that, which I tend to do, don't bother with a metal post with it and concrete them in and whatever. It's just for you to open and close them, really. But yeah, there we go. But back to the tunnel. It is looking really, really nice now. We've painted it up, and it's looking nice. I bothered about doing the top beam. It's going to be covered with polythene anyway, and it's I like it's going to get the the rain to it once it's all on the plastic. But yeah, that's how we've done it. And then when you do these, you put this is a 3 foot from there. Let's back up a bit. 3 foot from there to there, and that'll give me plenty of airflow in this tunnel. And then what we're going to do, we've built the raised bed sort of in the centre, and then we're going to put some the woven membrane down each side as a path, and at the front. And then what we're going to do here, whatever gap I choose to have, probably be about here, I say. And then because it's hard, we'll tiller it up and grow straight in the ground on this side and that side. And that's where we're planning to grow the 250 gram onions this year inside, so I can get more control over them. But yeah, that's how I've built the tunnel. The stumps down the centre screwed in. Now if I was you, and if you can get anything, is if you could get a pole and fix it together and get one length and drill all the way through the poles and like conduit bolt it, that would make you a better strengther for the roof. But that's how I've done it. I'm no DIY expert and I'm far from it, but I've done 1 or 2 tunnels now and you get pretty used to the gist. So what you do, you put your boards on, you can even screw them to the pipe if you want to. That'll hold them. Whatever you want as netting, or if you want a straight polythene tunnel, then that's what you want to do. But I want airflow like I've done with all of them. This one I'll probably have more. And like I say, you can go, if you wanted to use it as a greenhouse or make it a greenhouse, polytunnel greenhouse, then you net it straight to the, polythene straight to the floor. If it was me, I'd make it as you can roll it up, so you can use it as growing for your young plants, and if you do want to plant up in there, you can roll the sides up as it gets warmer. But it's looking good. That's probably the best way. It's probably the best one I've built. It's absolutely solid. If me, it's better than having the frame one, what you buy. And it probably is. It is probably a lot cheaper to buy it this way. But I had all the materials apart from the pipe. So this is my last bit of ground now, and we're going to use it quite well. Right, if you do have any questions, I probably haven't explained it the best possible way, but if you have any questions, I'll try and help you as much as possible, or try and do a video of whatever you want, what you asked about the questions of the tunnel. But regardless of that, that's how we're getting on, and we'll start filling the raised bed up soon. But yeah, everything's looking pretty well. Got this bed to carry on out. Keep doing that. We've done the blanch leak change. As you can see, we've got a video over. Done the shallot bed. Just washing these last few pots. As you can see in here, we've got a few chrysanthemums, singles, late singles. 1 or 2 of them starting to slowly wake up. But we don't want them yet, we want them just steady anyway. And then let's best open the door. And we've got these trenches sorted, dug and covered. Alright, so we'll lock that up. We've also give the shed a bit of a tidy up. As you can see, sorry it's a bit dark, but we've got all our pots near enough washed now, just got a few more to do. And I must stress that it's major important that you do wash your pots. Right, finish it off. And like I say, I should take you over down where the onions are in the grow cabinet, and we'll show you from there, and that's when we'll finish the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If there's any questions, sorry it's been a bit this and that and the other, but if you need any explaining with more detail, just put the comments in below, and we'll try and do a video and try and explain it the best possible way I can. And I want to thank you, all the subscribers who subscribed so far. I'm up to 400 and something now. So it's slowly creeping up. The more the merrier. And thank you. And keep subscribing. And but if you don't want to, you don't want to. That's fair enough. I hope it helps. Okay, we'll see you and finish it off when we get to the giant onions. Thank you. Right, we're ready to finish the video off now. And as you can see, them growing quite well. They're ready to go over into the greenhouse now. There's only 16 of the heavyweight onions. And I'm looking really good. Roots well out the bottom, as you can see, and need bigger supports. The plants are looking tremendous. They have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves. But looking really good. And like I say now, everything's coming together nicely. But I am looking great. And I'm only on to 10 hours now. But I should leave them just before the weekend probably, and transfer them over into the heated greenhouse. And that's where they will receive no more grow light at all. I'll just get natural daylight hours. And that's it really, and then they'll just keep being potted up as and when they need to be. So I'm looking good. Let's hopefully we have a good one this year. But I'll bring you a bit closer. Give you a look. They are looking really good. Well, that'll be it for now. And on Friday we'll be sowing some quality onion seed for the quality bulbs. Okay, and we'll see you again, and thank you very much.